Hi, everyone. This is Miss Gunn.
And Miss Nagy.
Welcome to the brand new school year 21-22. It feels so good to be back to quote unquote normal. We're going to go through some of the slides for those of you that may not have been able to attend back to school night, or for those of you that may have been here and just want to go over some of the slides again.
Yay, the sad feeling adults get when school is back in session.
We thought this was kind of funny. Good way to start the night.
So just a brief overview of the supplies that we're going to need. We try to keep the sharing of supplies to a minimum so germs are not spread. Again, we're still trying to follow some of the COVID rules. Each student was provided with basic supplies needed, and then a few other supplies may have been requested. So those requests have been already told to the students, and if you're not sure, there is a supply list on the school website as well. Masks must be worn daily. A spare might be a good idea to also bring in school just in case if they break, if they're not the reusable ones. Also, remember that your child has to bring in their mask and their planner. For my class, Mrs. Nagy's class, we'll be getting them soon. Your home folder and earbuds and headphones each day.
And our grading system was switched over from the traditional grading system to the standards-based grading system a few years ago. There is a short video that explains that for those of you that may be new to the district. So you can click on the link, not in this video, but we will also send you the slideshow. There's a link here for the 5th grade report card. You can also click on that on the slideshow as well. And our report card is also standards-based. And this is what standards-based grading looks like. It is no longer letters like how we all had it when we were in school. It is numbers. So starting with a 4, which is at the top of the grading, down to a 1. And a 4 would be exceed standards. Basically, that's where they can think out of the box and teach others. And mostly a 4 would be a student that is above grade level. A 3 is where they meet standards. They can work independently, and that would be on a consistent basis. And a 2 would be progressing, towards standards, and they would need help to complete some of their work. And a 1 is where they need support to complete most of their work. At the beginning of the year, a lot of students, you might see 2s and 3s on their report card, and that is perfectly fine because they are just getting started on their 5th grade standards. So 2s and 3s are perfectly fine to see on their report card at the beginning.
On the next goal, it shows how they ride the bike independently. So you can use this to show your students as well, or your children, how the numbers correlate with how to ride a bike.
And our curriculum, we use the New Jersey Student Learning Standards. You can find those, again, on this link that you can also find on the slideshow that we will send you. The programs that we use to teach those standards are Into Math. We use Schoolwide for reading and writing, Studies Weekly for social studies, and Amplify for science. And we will now go into those briefly. Math, we use Into Math. It's a new program that we started last year. And the way that we teach math now, it is slightly different from when we were in school. The biggest difference is that it's not focused on memorization. It's teaching the students how to get the answers that they get. So we do want them to learn their facts, which is the memorization part that most of us had when we were in school. But we do want them to understand how to get answers, because when they get stuck on certain facts and certain problems, we want them to be able to problem solve and be able to figure out how to get their answers. So you will see them drawing a lot of pictures and models to be able to figure those out. So you can read through these slides It'll explain that a little bit more in detail for you. We do use technology with Into Math. Then, in addition to the technology part of the book, we use Reflex, which is their multiplication and division. They love to use Prodigy. We will also be using Happy Numbers and Exact Path. Reflex, Happy Numbers, and Exact Path, those are all individualized to each student. So having them practice those at home as well, especially when your child is telling you that they're bored and they have nothing to do, those are perfect programs for them to practice with. And science, we use Amplify. It focuses on vocabulary. We do a lot of small group, well, not small group. We do a lot of investigations where they're working with their small groups. And they do a lot of computer simulations. They'll have a folder that has their science book in it. So they will also do a lot of drawing and modeling in there as well.
And for the reading and writing, with reading, we're going to be using the school-wide, and we will base on launching, fiction, nonfiction, and poetry. Some of the things that we'll be doing with the resources, we will be going into Get Epic, where they can read stories on their level, or some assignments that I will be posting for them. ReadWorks, Common Lit, Brain Pop, School-wide, and News ELA. We will also be doing small group guided reading groups. So we will meet with the teacher, do some reading responses. We will also be able to do writing groups, and each group will be individualized based on their grouping that we will be grouped in the beginning of the year when I do their FNPs, where it tells me what level they'll be at with their reading. With writing, we're going to be working with How Writers Work, memoirs, biography, essays, and poetry. Again, working on their essay writing, their paragraph structures, balanced literature approach, prompt writing. So I will give them ideas of what to write and see how they can write their paragraphs or essays, and then the close reading exercises. For social studies, we're going to be using Studies Weekly, and we'll be doing that in class. Some of the things that we'll be doing is exploring the exploration and colonization, American Revolution, the U.S. Constitution. We'll be working with map skills and geography terms. That's how we're going to review in the very beginning of the year, so that way as we go through all of these different units, we can understand the terms. And with the Studies Weekly, they'll be able to log on and they'll be able to see the lessons on there. And we're going to be doing a lot of group work as well with that. With technology, we always say that it's important that they understand the importance of the internet safety and rules. We try to make sure that they are all aware that if they do something they're not supposed to, we are still going to be able to find out. But we are always on them with that. They must remember that they are only to go on the sites where they are supposed to be. And also, as a heads up, we do need the earbuds and the headphones, because if they are doing any type of technology in any of these classes, they might have to listen to stories or directions. And instead of having the whole class listen to the same thing, they can listen on their own.
And we do have a program called Securely that we are able to see where the students are on the computer. It's wonderful because if they are on a site that they're not supposed to be on, we can guide them back to where they're supposed to be. But also, if they're having trouble with their computer, we can also help them fix whatever it is that they need help with. So it's extremely important that they are on the sites they need to be on. We've had a lot of students playing games and doing other things that they're not supposed to be. But we know this is going to be a great year and they're all going to be on task. So. And
the next slides are our schedules. So I know we sent some of these home. We have them posted in the classroom. So this is for you to refer to back. We both have them on our Google Classrooms and our websites. Just also for specials. So if you're unsure as to the special times, you can go back and look at myself and Ms. Gunn's as well.
See, already Mrs. Nagy and I, first time working together, and we're already finishing each other's sentences. Class parties. We are allowed to have class parties again this year. However, they will be slightly different. But the most important thing for this year is that both of our classes are needing to be peanut and tree nut free. We also have various other allergies in our classes. So we are asking that all of the treats that are sent in for both parties and birthdays, that we're asking to please be store bought so that we're able to check labels. We completely understand that some families love to make beautiful cupcakes and treats like that, but unfortunately, we need to make sure that our first priority is the health and safety of all of our students. Um, so please, please, please make sure that everything is store bought, because we really need to make sure that we check the labels to make sure that the treats are safe for all of our students.
If you do have a child with allergies and you'd prefer to send in a container, a plastic container with sealed treats in there, so that way we can hand them out if there is a birthday celebration, you can do that as well, and we will make sure that it's labeled and put in a safe closet. For some of our class parties that we're going to be having, it's fall Halloween party, a winter holiday party, spring, and an end of the year. And we would like for those families who'd like to help donate items for that to sign up. Whether if you're not in school, you can send your teachers an email to let us know that you'd like to help donate for those parties. And if you're in school, then obviously you could just sign up on the paper that we have in the back of the classroom. Frog passes, the green frog passes that your students will be, or your children will be getting, will be for the buses. This is a new reward system. So if they're doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing and participating and just showing good behavior, the bus driver will give them a green pass, and then the purple pass will be given out during recess or lunch. And then also in the classroom, we'll be giving out frog passes as well. They'll be then called, names will be called at the end of the week, and small rewards will be given to those students who are chosen.
And when you need to contact either myself, Ms. Gunn, or Mrs. Nagy, please be sure to email both of us, especially if you're changing the transportation or if you're going away, if your child is having a bad morning, a bad night, or just if there's anything going on with your child that one teacher needs to know, then both of us would need to know. If your child is with their homeroom teacher for half the day, then they're with their team teacher the other half the day. And that's the reason why it's extremely important that both of us are in the same loop. Sometimes one of us will get an email and then we'll ask the other one, oh, did you get an email? And then we just both need to know. One of us might be absent one day, so we won't be in school, to make sure that the other teacher knows. So it's just extremely important that when you email one, if you can just CC the other teacher, that would be absolutely wonderful. And then the last slide that we have is just, this is all of our contact information, our emails, our phone numbers with the extension. We're having a joint Instagram where we'll post notices, pictures, all fun stuff like that. Students, it can go on Google Classroom, our class website. We'll send them emails. I use Class Dojo. Ms. Nagy will be using her Instagram.
Remind.
Sorry about that. Remind. And basically just contact us if you have any questions about anything at all, and we will get back to you. And we're both looking forward to an absolutely fun, awesome, positive 5th grade year. So reach out if you need anything. Bye.
Bye.